Forget everything you think you know about the Bermuda Triangle. Seriously, forget the stories about alien portals, time warps, and lost cities. For decades, those sensational tales have actually been a weird kind of comfort blanket. But the truth, uncovered by years of scientific investigation, is that the forces at play in this notorious stretch of ocean are far more real and, frankly, far more terrifying than any fiction. The truth isn't about what might be out there. It's about the brutal, unforgiving power that has been right here on our planet all along. Section 1. The Legend of the Devil's Triangle. For generations, the Bermuda Triangle has been one of our planet's greatest mysteries. It's a huge, roughly 500,000 square mile patch of the North Atlantic Ocean where the rules of physics just seem to break. It earned its nickname, the Devil's Triangle, for a good reason. We've all heard the chilling stories. Flight 19, an entire squadron of 5 U.S. Navy bombers that vanished during a routine training mission in 1945. Their last radio transmission spoke of total disorientation before they were just swallowed by the sky. Then there's the USS Cyclops, a massive Navy cargo ship that disappeared back in 1918 with 309 souls on board. It never sent a distress signal and left not one single piece of wreckage behind. These stories built a global mythology. Theories about UFOs using the triangle as a travel hub, or energy crystals from Atlantis messing with our tech, became mainstream. They were exciting, they were sensational, and they sold millions of books. An interdimensional gateway felt like a plausible, if terrifying, answer. But when you start to peel back the layers of myth, the scientific truths that emerge paint a picture of a danger that is immediate, chaotic, and entirely of this world. Section 2. The turn to a harsher reality. For years, anyone who tried to offer a rational explanation was pretty much ignored. In 1975, a pilot named Larry Kush wrote a book basically calling the whole thing a manufactured mystery. He argued that the stories were blown way out of proportion by writers using sloppy research and pure sensationalism. And the official sources? They agree with him. The U.S. Coast Guard and Lloyd's of London have said over and over that, statistically, the number of disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle is no higher than in any other busy patch of ocean. The U.S. Board on Geographic Names doesn't even officially recognize the Bermuda Triangle. But that doesn't mean there's no danger. It just means we've been looking for the wrong monster. The terror of the Bermuda Triangle isn't a paranormal entity. It is a perfect storm of environmental forces that can create killers out of calm seas and clear skies. Recent science has finally started to reveal the true culprits. And these explanations? They aren't comforting. They don't involve aliens. They involve the raw, indifferent power of our own planet. Section 3. The Ocean's Ambush. Rogue waves. Picture this. A wall of water, 10 stories high, rising out of a relatively calm sea with absolutely no warning. That's a rogue wave. It's not a tsunami from an earthquake. It's a single monstrous wave that can reach up to 100 feet. For centuries, sailors' stories about them were dismissed as myths. Today, we know they're real, and they are terrifying. Scientists at the University of Southampton have run simulations showing the Bermuda Triangle is a perfect breeding ground for these monsters. Storms moving up from the south can collide with storms coming down from the north. When a third storm system from Florida joins that chaotic mix, the conditions can create these colossal waves. A huge ship like the USS Cyclops, over 500 feet long, could be hit by 2 of these waves at once. It would be lifted at the bow and stern, leaving the middle suspended over nothing but air. The hull would snap like a twig. A plane flying low to avoid bad weather wouldn't stand a chance. It would be obliterated instantly. There's no time for a distress call, no time to react. The wreckage gets scattered and then swallowed by the powerful Gulf Stream current, which quickly erases all evidence. This isn't a paranormal event. It's a brutal act of physics, an ambush predator born from the chaos of the ocean. Section 4. The silent killers below and above. But rogue waves aren't the only terror lurking in the triangle. Another theory points to something happening right under the surface: methane hydrates. The seafloor in this region holds huge frozen deposits of methane gas. If something were to destabilize them, it could trigger a massive sudden release of that gas. This eruption would create a frothy, bubbling cauldron on the ocean's surface, massively reducing the water's density. A ship sailing into that zone would lose all buoyancy and sink almost instantly, pulled down into some of the Atlantic's deepest trenches without a trace. While the U.S. Geological Survey says a massive eruption like this probably hasn't happened in about 15,000 years, the potential is still a chilling thought. Then you have the chaos in the air. Scientists have observed bizarre, hexagonal-shaped clouds over the region. These are thought to be caused by microbursts, powerful, sudden downdrafts of air that can blast out of a cloud at over 170 miles per hour. These air bombs would act like a hammer from the sky, swatting a plane out of the air or creating massive waves that could capsize a ship. And to make everything worse, it's a navigational nightmare. The Bermuda Triangle is one of the few places on Earth where magnetic north and true geographic north can align, a phenomenon called the agonic line. While that line has shifted over time, for a lot of the 20th century, it passed right through the triangle. For pilots and sailors used to correcting for the difference, having their compass suddenly point true could cause catastrophic navigational errors, sending them hundreds of miles off course into an empty, unforgiving ocean. Section 5. The terrifying revelation. Why science is scarier, and this is the truly terrifying part. An alien abduction or a time portal is a fantasy. It's a story that puts the blame on something we can't possibly understand or fight. But a 100-foot wall of water? That's real. A sudden air bomb blasting from the sky? That's real. Your compass lying to you, leading you slowly but surely to your doom in the vast emptiness of the Atlantic? That's very real. The horror of the Bermuda Triangle isn't that it's a place where the laws of physics break down. The horror is that it's a place where they're unleashed in their most violent forms. There's no monster to defeat here. There is only the cold, indifferent power of nature. The disappearances aren't proof of the supernatural. They're proof that we are incredibly small and fragile in the face of our own planet. The ground beneath the ocean can turn to froth. The sky can literally fall on you. The ocean itself can rise up, can swallow you whole. The real mystery isn't what strange force is taking these ships and planes. It's the chilling realization that no extra force is needed, just the ones that have always been there, waiting for the right moment to strike. And that is a truth far more frightening than any ghost story. The legend of the Bermuda Triangle was born from our need to explain the unexplainable. But science has pulled back the curtain, not to give us a simple answer, but to reveal a series of natural forces so violent and random they shatter our sense of control. The triangle isn't a myth to be debunked. It's a stark reminder of the planet's hidden power. We haven't conquered the ocean. We're just tolerated guests on its surface. And sometimes, that welcome is suddenly taken back. So what do you find more terrifying? A paranormal mystery or the brutal scientific reality of nature? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to explore more unsettling truths hidden in our world, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. There's always more to uncover.